a little research, I learned that there are 10,000 homeless teens on the streets in Los Angeles every night. 10,000. So I asked myself, where do these kids come from? How does this happen? Turns out, 1 in 4 kids becomes homeless within a year of leaving the foster care system. These are kids that have no parents, no family, and worst of all, no place to go. I had to meet an actual teen who was experiencing this. So with a couple of phone calls, I found my next move. Just down the street from my friend's place is an actual live-in shelter for homeless teens called Covenant House. Meet George. He's the executive director at the Cove.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Monique. Hi.
Oh, I'm hugging.
Thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, yes.
Great. Why don't we have a seat? I think there are so many reasons why youth are homeless on the streets.
Right.
The work that we have is to try to work with those individual situations and give them hope and try to turn their lives around. Let's go outside. Okay. All of the youth have access to the outdoors. We've kind of fixed it up so they could come out here, sit down and listen to the water, very therapeutic. So this is the cafeteria. The kids have access to this all day for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nutritious meals are so important to them because they've been living on the streets and many of them not eating at all. But those that are here can have their meals here.
I love that. I love your hair. It actually feels like a college campus.
Does it really?
It really does. It feels like school, you know, and I love, you know, the unity and the relationships that would come out of, you know, just sharing your stories.
It's a moving experience for each of them, and this is the place they consider home.
Yeah.
Because many of them have come from pretty horrible situations.
Right.
55% of our kids have been in the foster care system, and so many of them have emancipated and they don't have any skills, they don't have any place to call home, they don't have any relatives.
55%, wow.
So they end up homeless.
Then George allowed me to meet one of the residents, a very special girl named Glenda.
How are you?
I'm so good.
That's Pinky. This is me at my job, the roller coaster. This is my mom. She passed like a while back.
How many houses did you live in total? Do you remember?
5, 6, 7.
Did you know that you were in a foster home?
No, because I was introduced to that lifestyle when I was born. That was the lifestyle that I was used to. You know, when I was 10, she told me she wasn't my mom. She told me in anger, she told me that I'm not your mom. And then like she told me all these like hurtful things. And then that's when I started to realize that, you know, I don't even belong to them like that, you know? So I told her like, you know, I want to have a chance to go to school. You know, I want to have a chance to get a job. And she was like, oh, you want to go and get a job? And she was like, get your stuff and leave. And I was looking at her like, are you serious? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, okay, where am I supposed to go? Because I didn't have family like that.
I remember not knowing who my dad was. You know, you start finding out things and you don't really understand why don't you want me? You know, what's going on here? So, you know, I can only imagine what you must have been experiencing, like growing up and then all of a sudden starting to find out things that changed everything that you always knew.
I just like, for like, just my entire life, I've just learned how to just let things go.
Do you feel like you're really letting it go or do you shove it down?
I don't think I've let it go.
Glenda had been working on a book detailing her experience in the foster care system. She decided to read me a passage.
One day when I was 4, I ran home to show my mom a beautiful project that I had made for her. She was curling her hair and gave me a look that made my skin crawl. I proceeded to show her the drawing, but she snatched the picture and threw it on the floor. I motioned for her to pick it up and look at it because I had spent a lot of time on it. Finally, after getting irritated, she snatched the plug out of the wall and branded my right leg with the curling iron. Since it was freshly used, it pierced through my skin. I could smell the burning skin as tears ran down my face. It seemed like years, days, hours, and minutes that she held it on. Finally, she took it off and ordered me not to tell anyone. I stood on the toilet frozen. I sat there and cried. I cried because of the excruciating pain, along with the fact that I felt it was entirely my fault. I'm sorry. I was always the bad girl, and that it was my fault that my mom was always hurting me. After ordering me to come to the kitchen, she sat down in the kitchen and told me to never tell anyone what had just happened, or I would pay the cost with my life. At this time, we were beginning to start the move to down to California. My dad told me that we were going to start a new life. So, writing it kind of just, it helps me get through a lot. Okay, I don't want to cry on camera.
It's okay. You fought so hard and so long to get to this moment. Now that you're in it, you have nothing that's holding you back.
You know, there's always somebody that could teach you a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and Miss Lon, she's taught me a whole lot about myself.
Yeah.
You know, you've taught me something about myself today, you know? Like, there's always somebody somewhere that teaches you about yourself, that helps you accept yourself just that much more.
After being touched by Glenda's story, I had to meet the woman who had given her so much strength, Miss Lon.
Miss Lon, hi. How are you? How do you gain the trust of someone that just shows up here and who's never really trusted an adult before?
Every day that you work with them, you find out a way to get through that door. Most of these kids have been through a lot of trauma in their life because a lot of them are coming from places where they don't trust anyone. I go out of the case plan and I get into a fun part about themselves, so I dig deep.
That's beautiful.
If each one of us would make a commitment to help one, I would think that would decrease violence, trauma, and everything else that's going on with young people. Yeah. That's the reason I do this work. Yeah. It's because it's very rewarding, and more of us need to do it. Yeah. We need to stop shutting our eyes and open our eyes. Look, listen, and take some actions. Yeah. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My time at Covenant House was amazing, but with everything I experienced, I still felt like something was missing. What am I doing to help? And then I got the call.
For those of you who don't know, I got a chance to come here and I was really impacted by the work that you're doing here and was compelled and I just wanted to help. So this is a surprise for you.
Wait a second.
How are you?
Thank you for being here.
Welcome to my friend's place.
Hi, I'm Michael Flood with the Food Bank.
Heather Carmichael, and this is the team here.
Hi, everybody. How are you? After you came to the Food Bank, we talked about getting food to my friend's place, so we brought some food today.
Oh, this is brilliant. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow.
This year, you won't have to worry about food. They know what your needs are, how much food you use. There will be fresh produce.
Oh my gosh, let's go take a peek.
Okay.
So today we thought we'd do something special thanks to Monique.
It will have an impact. It will absolutely have an impact. Our second largest item in our budget is food. And then, of course, it's staff. So if we're able to reduce our food budget and apply that to other aspects of our programming, that is beautiful. Thank you.
Watching the city spend leave, I couldn't help but feel like an outsider.
Thank you.
we'll look forward to the next step and working with you and seeing how we can get more food to you.
This is brilliant, right? We're about building relationships, and we get to continue to work with the community. So thank you for being a new partner of ours.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
Give us all Mo food.
I love it. Take that initiative.
Thank you.
Huge impact.
This is so small compared to what you do. So small, you know?
It takes every little bit, though. You know? Yeah, we can't do this alone, so thank you for joining.
You're so welcome.
Perhaps Miss Lon said it best. We need to stop shutting our eyes and open them. Look, listen, and take some action. Let's get it started. One MO at a time.
Here's the game. Okay, ready?
Watching the city spending.
I love that. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh,
I love you.
I love you as well. I mean that.
Me too.
I really do.
I really do.
I really do too.
I really do. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. August 6, 2010. Today's the 6th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, just wanted to get that. It's the best day.
Yeah, it's
wow.
like August 6th. I mean, what day is it? Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Calendar? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We good,
Yes,
we good,
yes,
we good.
okay.
Okay.
Girl, you need to
No.
change your calendar to August.
Oh, my bad.
There we go.